Set to go. First quarter underway in the second test between New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand will be wanting to put behind them the memory of that first test in Palmerston North. They lost by 5.
All the pressure's on New Zealand too, Jenny. This team was the team that, as you said, played for New Zealand in that Commonwealth Games final, and Australia have just thrown out players into all sorts of positions. So it'll be interesting to see how the experienced players from New Zealand handle this.
And sideline tonight, Anna Stanley. Anna, we've talked about this massive crowd. What's it like playing in such a hothouse atmosphere?
Oh, I think as an athlete, you can't play, and it's just fantastic, you know, to have 8,500 people, as it is here in Vector Arena here tonight, screaming for the Silver Ferns. You know, you really thrive on it as an athlete, and, you know, it does really lift your performance. So let's hope it does for the Ferns here tonight.
And the call goes the way of Ferns.
Pretty lucky there, Jenny.
The power of the crowd. And Teresa Prince, probably not the most experienced international umpire. She'll certainly feel it tonight.
Leighton's first touch. You're always pretty keen in your debut to get your hands on the ball as early as possible.
Where you are, ball attack. With the ball attack, yes.
Good start for Catherine Cox out at goal attack tonight.
It's going to be a great matchup. Cox on Williams, two very experienced players.
Cox played a lot of her early career at goal attack, and it's a lot more physical already compared to the game on Thursday night. But Cox did spend a lot of time at goal attack early in her career, but it'll be interesting to see how long she lasts out there.
Lucky piece of play. Australia throwing. Shani Leighton into the thick of things.
Already you can see Bassett, she's putting her arm up. She wants the hold, so Grant will need to make sure she keeps moving around her.
Plummer must be pleased with this start. 3-0.
Yes, I thought Australia might be slow out of the blocks with this new lineup they've put out there, but they'll be very pleased with this.
Stepping's the call. I actually even wondered if that might have been a short pass. Either which way, it's turnover. Gosh, Jolie Henry went out for that, but the pass was so high, it beat everyone.
Just want to pick this up quickly. Just wait.
A chance now for New Zealand to
Dangerous.
get a goal. I don't know that Casey Williams really has to help with the signage.
Captain of the Ferns, and you're helping with the sideline signage.
That's the Kiwi way. You help out. Laying them nicely on the edge of the circle. Quick hands to Taher. It's taken them 3 minutes, but they're on the board. Now Cox gets back in the circle.
Yeah, easy feed in. Bassett had a nice hold at the top.
And strong take too from Bassett. Oh,
That's an early win for Williams. Slightly confusing call from Mr. Hines, but I think it was held ball. Now an error at the other end.
certainly started with a more frantic pace, hasn't it, this game, compared to Thursday night. So it's obvious that both teams have already had one game behind them, and they're now getting into the business.
The crowd really does add something too. The noise is constant. It's late from Grant.
2-on-1 in the circle.
Looks like Jolene Henry is calling time, so probably 4-1 down. Pretty opportune time for the Ferns to regroup. And
very early though, isn't it, Anna? I mean, barely, what, 4 minutes on court?
yeah, but often it can only, you know, it can be that long out there on court, and Australians can be up by 3 or 4, and that can be the game. We've seen how many close encounters, you know, the Ferns and Australia have against each other, and it can be often won and lost in that first quarter. So really important, you know, to call this change. And probably the biggest thing is actually recognising when the opposition are on a roll. We didn't see that on Thursday night. No timeouts were called. So good to see it, you know, calling it early in the first quarter.
Jenny, could also be legitimate. Henry suffered an ankle injury throughout the course of the season, missed a lot of games.
That's right.
And it is New Zealand's centre pass. So it may well be a legitimate timeout, which is concerning for the Ferns. She had a good game, I thought, Jolene Henry, on Thursday night, particularly in the first half.
Yep, she certainly forced Norma to make that change in that wing attack position with Pittman coming on.
Henry remains on the court. New Zealand centre pass. Good take, Van Dijk. Awkward. Oh, and then off the leg. Oh, out-of-court, Leighton. She just ran out of room.
Not just out of court. It looks like the penalty's been advanced as well. They're right onto it, the umpires, at this early stage.
I don't know that Leighton could really have got out of the way. Almost as though Van Dijk threw it at Dijk.
It's unusual for a player to not realise they're so far out of court, too.
Maybe she's got a few nerves. It is her first test.
Undoubtedly.
This time, Catherine Cox dancing with the sideline does well to keep the ball alive. High ball.
And that's where Williams is so good. She's got such great elevation.
Yes. Contact wing defense.
Terrific view of the shooting circle.
Oh, there's an obvious push from Grant. Push Bassett under the ball. You can't get away with that.
There, beside the goalkeeper.
11 penalties to New Zealand, none to Australia. They are on the chase. They really need to rein that in, start taking control.
Yeah, good ball movement from George to Langman. Great drive.
And how was that for agility from Irene van Dijk? Literally danced around Ferns.
You can see that the Ferns are putting the vision block on because they've got Bassett in there. They don't want them to throw the long one in.
That was terrific vision, Australia. The Ferns were having a go from everywhere, but they could see them coming.
Shove there from Katrina Grant on Cox. Spotted by the umpire. Oh, awkward ball for George. She does well. Shani Leighton, quick as you like.
Plays the game at 1,000,000 miles an hour, does Shani Leighton. Furman was right on Van Dijk, but George was confident enough to let it go. It came off.
And it's really important, you know, as a feeder that you start looking long right at the beginning of the game. Gets your confidence up.
Good pressure from New Zealand, pushing Australia back. Now they rebuild. Through the hands of Bassett. Listen to the crowd. Oh, bobbly time for Williams. But the Ferns settle.
Great play through court, the Ferns. Great structure.
Van Dijk quickly pulling her hands back from that ball. She knew it was off Geitz.
Wing obstruction penalty.
Such a height difference, Leighton and George. It's hard work for a tall opportunity gone begging, but it's very hard as a tall defender to mark someone so much shorter than you are.
Two errors, one after the other from off the side. Norma Plummer doesn't think much of that, and I'm sure Aiken didn't think much of the earlier bounce. So we're back where we started. Oh, another mistake. Langman had gone.
The height of Leighton coming to the fore already at wing defence, but this person certainly started the game well. Casey Williams getting an indication as to what the Ferns missed out on the other night, which is a start.
Catherine, this game has a totally different feel already, doesn't it?
It does. It's much more physical. The tempo is very high, and with these newcomers, there's a lot of enthusiasm out there for Australia. But still, a lot of errors, Jenny. So the team that reins that in will be the team that benefits.
Well, a call going against Catherine Cox.
And this is where Williams is so strong as well, and we missed it on Thursday night. Her attack is just as strong as her defence. She helps bring the ball through court. Great shot to Taylor.
Well, it took a while, that goal, but eventually it's a reward for New Zealand. Here's a chance to draw level.
Van Dijk looks a lot more confident on Furman tonight. Spent a lot of time with the video analysis.
And look at her, she's lifting her arm all the time, being careful not to contact Furman as she tries to get round it. Six all. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The last 3 goals going the way of the Silver Ferns.
Oh. Pass was on. It just needed to be a little bit more in front of Bassett, but great hands, Williams. I think she's touched nearly every ball that's gone into that circle so far.
Yeah, Bassett just needs to hold stronger. If she doesn't, Williams will come through. There's some good timing going on in the circle for the Ferns as well. Promising signs.
And at the moment, Van Dijk is running Furman ragged. And look at the work at the other end of the court.
Oh, great pass, George. Had Tutaya on the drive.
George didn't hang around. She just applauded and went back towards the midcourt. Now it's the turn of Australia needing to put the brakes on this lead that New Zealand's building up.
Pittman and Romberto are doing a huge amount of work around the outside of that circle.
A lot of whistle down this end of the court.
Nice shot, Caitlin Bassett. That'll settle things. Jolene Henry wondering where to go. Uses the skipper.
And great use of looking long from Henry to Langman, looking over the mess.
And they're really working well in combination, those two. Haven't seen them do that so well.
There's an incredible amount of movement in that circle, isn't there?
They're playing as well as I've seen them as a combination in these early minutes.
In particular, Van Dijk, I think, you know, what she's doing differently from Thursday night is just using those short, sharp movements. And her timing's been fantastic.
Here she goes again. I guess the question for New Zealand is, can they maintain this intensity? They let it drop the other night. Oh, that's good pressure, Australia.
Good re-offering from Langman on the circle edge. Really important as a mid-quarter that you don't just stand still and offer in the one position, keep moving around.
Good lane guides, but Tutaya's up for it.
Fabulous look at that shot from the goal post. Shani Leighton finds Von Berto. Pittman trying to sneak it in.
Yeah, Bassett's doing a lot of holding, Jenny, but she's just not strong enough to hold the defender away from her, so she needs to do something different, throw in a roll or two.
Or even just keeping that front foot over the defender so she holds her ground a little bit more. She's allowing Williams to come across and get her hand to too many balls.
Misunderstanding between George and Van Dijk. And that could be costly.
Good drive on Berto.
She's so strong into every ball.
She just finds the right position too. Driving through the middle, breaks the defensive unit up.
She's certainly one of the fittest out on court, that's for sure.
So Australia draw level at 10-all. As we enter the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. And Pittman did well to haul that ball in. Now Cox goes back for it.
Yeah, Bassett just not an option at the moment.
A lot of running, Catherine Cox.
And it's a specific fitness too. It's such a different fitness, goal shooter to goal attack. And likewise for Geitz, goal keep to goal defence.
Breaking, free pass.
Now George getting pulled for breaking there.
Geitz using Furman. Back to Geitz.
Terrific defence, Ferns. They're really closing up, playing the zone, blocking up the space. Australia's struggling to penetrate. And that's what happens particularly when you have a new lineup. Things like that don't come easily. Leighton being used a lot in attack. Nothing pretty about this piece of play from the Australians. Unlucky there.
Yeah, hard luck, Jolene Henry. Now it's reached the circle. And that's excellent work from Catherine Cox.
She's on 100% Cox. 6 from 6.
So just as New Zealand pull back into it, Australia pull away again. But a chance now for New Zealand. There's plenty of time.
George is playing so well. She's on offer all the time. The fitness levels are amazing.
Yeah, on attack, they've certainly got the rhythm that we didn't see on attack on Thursday night. There's more than one option onto the ball.
Gosh, it's tough getting that ball in, though.
Again, a misunderstanding with Van Dyke.
Oh, George. Oh, they came off Geitz.
And the umpires made the wrong call for that effort.
Couldn't have seen that it came off Geitz.
The crowd knew.
Absolutely gets it. She's saved by the whistle. It is the end of the first quarter. Set for a start at the second quarter. We're away. And Anna Stanley, a change for New Zealand at wing defence.
Yep, we've got Anna Scarlett on at wing defence, so we saw her come on in Delhi. Her long rangey arms, I'm sure, will be effective in there on Chelsea Pittman, who's had a pretty good first quarter.
I wonder, Catherine, we saw Jolene Henry have that little injury call early in that first quarter. Could that perhaps be part of the problem?
It may have prompted it, Jenny, but I'm sure Ruth Aitken is interested to see if Scarlett can come on and make an immediate difference, because that may well be her role in Singapore.
Great lean from Williams. She's called. Looked as though Cox had stepped in, but that's not the umpire's version of events. Geitz, brilliantly done. Look at the speed off the line from Laura Geitz.
And it's desperation.
Oh, lovely away arm from Katrina Grant.
And Bassett calling for the freebie. You can't afford to do that. She's having words to the umpire as well.
Centre. Yes.
You've got to keep going until the whistle goes your way or something calls a halt in play.
Langman plucks that down from on high. Both shooters ending up in a very similar part of the circle.
A lot more whistle down this end. 23 penalties to 6. New Zealand were the offenders in that first quarter. Be interesting to see if things swing around.
Dalton Hines, umpire from Jamaica, very experienced umpire, been around a long time. Awkward ball. George was moving forward, the ball was behind her.
A lot of turnovers, and it's interesting to see they're often between players who've played a lot together, between the experienced players, Langman, Van Dyke, George. You can't afford those.
So what's that about, Catherine? Is it just that they've been coming off ANZ where they're not necessarily playing together?
Yeah, a bit of that. Just mistimed moves, just feeling the pressure, all sorts of things, but they certainly won't be happy within themselves.
They will be happy with that defensive game. We're now getting quite a bit of whistle at this end of the court.
Irene van Dijk's got her arm up. This needs to come in a little bit earlier. It's too late.
Pittman waiting for Cox to come round.
Outside. Contact on the ball. Ball defense.
Australia extend that lead out to 3 goals.
Breaking, free pass, goal defense.
Breaking, everyone's a little bit confused as to whose ball it is, but Australia get onto it, and again an opportunity for Bassett.
Yeah, the long runs into Bassett are not working. Australia have to change it up because she just isn't isn't strong on that jump, is she?
Oh, brilliant contest, Shani Layton. Eyes for the ball only.
And that was a great shot. It was like the beginning of a sprinting race.
She's a fair athlete. The height of this Australian team is quite incredible, 183 centimetres on average.
That ball floated beautifully by Von Borto. Watch this.
Behind George to start, but just kept on coming and was too quick in the end. Brilliant intercept.
It's where Australian players are just so different to Ferns and New Zealand players back here. They just go for every ball and punch through, take their body, and that's what Layton just did then and came away with it.
Goal defense. Goal defense, contact.
Geitz being pulled up, but not aware of that.
The arm, bring it in. There,
And
yes.
penalised for not knowing that the call was on.
Geitz again used. Let's look at Timmy Pata George. Making it very clear whose throw it should be.
See, no matter how long you've played, you still think you can change the mind of the umpire. She didn't have to on that occasion, though.
Oh, and that ball just slipping out of the hands of Van Dijk.
And they're the sorts of errors that cost you. But at the same time, Jenny, Australia making a lot of errors, but on this occasion, they make Van Dijk pay. She won't be happy.
Yeah, they're punishing them with the speed of the ball as well. The Ferns really need to slow it up. As soon as Australia get turnover ball, it's down into the goal circle fairly quickly.
They're still trying to punish her.
The lead is 4 to Australia.
Goalkeeper.
And you get the feeling that every goal is being absolutely having to be earned.
G. Layton's doing a power of work out the back through the mid-court, trying to help out her attackers.
She certainly doesn't look like a player that's never played in the green and gold before.
Again, hands letting Caitlin Bassett down.
Yeah, the Ferns are lucky that they're pressuring that, because if she was pulling in every ball that she had a chance to pull in, the Ferns would certainly be struggling here. But plenty of opportunity.
And this is quicker from the Silver Ferns, Catherine, but they're getting a bit bogged here sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of toing and froing. But that's what you need to do, Jenny, when there's so much pressure on each player, on each pass, and eventually, particularly down that end, the whistle will come.
And the crowd cheering just when the penalty's called, but let alone the goal. New Zealand staying in touch, 17-15, halfway through the second quarter.
That's the highlight of the Ferns down in that attack end, the play between Tutai and Van Dijk.
And it's working when Tutai is popping the top and giving Van Dijk the base.
Furman desperately having to get out of the way.
Yeah, great hands, Anna Scarlett. She's come on and and some good things so far.
Just need somebody to collect those tips.
Oh, Katrina Grant.
She's called.
Starting to come into it though, Grant. Grant starting to come into it.
Williams fires it across to Langman.
Oh, Van Dyke was on, just Tutaia took her eyes away from her.
Huge lean from Furman. Does the trick, but run back. I don't think Dalton Hines actually saw that. I think he had his back to the ball running down court.
They're all yelling at him. Geitz then turned to Dalton Hines and said obstruction, so...
Oh, that's seriously frustrating when you're playing as well, when something as obvious as that occurs.
When it's right in front of the umpire too.
Yeah, I actually think he had turned away.
But calls like that you do expect, Jenny, when it's not the best umpires available. No New Zealand or Australia umpires.
Hello, is that the payback call?
Yeah, that was not set. So not set in the right position.
And you have to feel for these umpires. I think, you know, they come into a cauldron like this.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
It's a huge ask.
Too big.
Yeah, bring back the best umpires in the world, I say, when Australia and New Zealand are playing each other.
Tutaia gets another crack. New Zealand noses in front.
Last 5 goals. They've got some momentum behind them.
It comes and goes,
Yes,
though, doesn't it?
But that's how close these teams are, Jenny. It's who comes to play at the right time on the right day.
And it is what makes them so entertaining. There she goes again, Katrina Grant.
Hasn't had her best season, Grant, but certainly improving as this game progresses.
Even Stevens. Good to see Aussie supporters in the crowd. I rather suspect there are quite a few of them.
Good defence off the centre pass.
Cox is playing really well at a goal attack. Doesn't look to be tiring yet.
And she's only missed 1 goal so far. Pretty good for an old girl.
Had a strong game on Thursday too, so obviously in form.
In fact, she will be the 6th most capped Australian diamond, getting 86 caps here tonight.
Yes, I think she's the oldest in the Aussie squad by something like 5 years. I think Monia Gerard's the next one down. That sweet shot.
Beautiful positioning, Pittman, and
Awkward for Bassett. It bounced off her chest. Williams saying, give it back, settle it.
Good patience shown then from Tutaia. She could have thrown it up into Van Dyke, but instead reset it back to Williams. Langman's doing a fine job getting on that circle edge well.
he was always going to blow that.
Yeah, milked a bit by Geitz, you have to say.
Waitamanu says nothing but shakes her head.
Oh, Grant really growing in confidence, brilliantly read and being pulled. Yeah, that was a terrific effort.
Yeah.
The Katrina Grant we come to expect, having a go at anything that's loose.
Oh, what a pass! Perfectly legal. Do you think she practices this?
Giving her way too much credit.
20 all. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. A bit of a bump from Shani Layton.
Yes.
For George.
Oh, it's so tight down there.
Oh, lovely pop. Van Dijk.
Having a good game on Ferns. Van Dijk certainly improved her performance after the other night when Ferns completely shut her down. That's a better take from Bassett. Better ball too from Pittman.
So, Catherine, you're Ruth Aiken. It's half-time. What do? Do you tinker with things?
I think she has indicated that she probably will. I think it's very important that they win this game, the Ferns, because if they don't, they'll certainly be concerned going into the World Champs. Not sure what you do. She'll probably tweak the defence end. And I think, despite the fact that these shooters are on song at the moment, we may well see Griffin or Thompson out there.
This is a good push from New Zealand late in the first half. Tutayer making it look easy.
Beautiful ball. It's all about timing and teamwork. Van Dijk luring her opponent out. If I was the coach of the Ferns, Jen, I'd be leaving it as it is. I'd be wanting to win this game.
Interesting, though, comment in the build-up to this match from, I think it was one of the Australian players saying, well, it'd be great to win, get 2 up, but then we wouldn't be underdogs for Singapore. Now, is that so important?
No, it's not. Who said that?
I'm sure it was an Australian.
I think it would be easy for Ruth to make a change now. The 7 that are on will leave feeling fairly confident that they've put out a good first half performance. And, you know, we need to see the likes of Anna Thompson on the court, Paula Griffin. Can they put it against the Aussies?
What a great contest, George and Leighton. It's as good as it gets. Brilliant work from George.
And we saw a battle away with Monia Gerard a few days ago. Now it's Leighton. Leighton's almost half away. This was an exhilarating few minutes of netball from the Silver Ferns. Suddenly they lead by 4 seconds on the clock.
George is just
great ball skills.
Beaten by the clock.
Van Dijk on the bench. We don't get to see her much there, but Paula Griffin comes on at goal shoot. So let's hope that she can put in a strong performance with that goal shoot bib.
10th test for Paula Griffin. That's a good start for Australia to this third quarter. Guides through strongly again on Tutayer.
Yeah, nice dodge, Langman.
Time to check in now with Silver Fern coach Ruth Aiken. Ruth, you've gone with the change. Tell us about it.
Yeah, look, we're certainly looking to develop our lines going through to Singapore, and it's a big one for Paula, but we hope she has a goodie.
How important was the message of consistency now for your team, because you were up on Thursday night, fell away?
Yeah, look, it certainly is important that we deliver a 60-minute effort, and you know that's what we'll see if it plays out.
Great, thanks, Ruth.
And we've just seen a very nice piece of defence from Maria Tutayer. She missed the shot, but then got the ball back for her side. And here she is back under the hoop. That's the best way to make amends. Gets applause from Van Dijk and De Bruyn.
Contact ring defence.
And the Scarlet clambering all over Chelsea Pittman. Let's go now to hear from the Australian coach, Norma Plummer. Norma, what happened in that second quarter?
Yeah, I think some of our passes indicate it was a little bit over the top. But she's got to pull them in and she's got to learn to take them. And I think, you know, we didn't capitalise when we had some opportunities to put that there. So but we're going to leave it out there, see what she can do, and she can pull it back. But we needed also a lot more movement out the front. And Kath already knew that we'd probably make that change.
So what have you said to Bassett to change up her game, Norma? Because the ball...
She's got to be strong. She's really got to be strong. She can't just, you know, expect that the ball's going to come in. It's going to be a walk in the park. She's got to use her hands and pull it in.
Okay, thanks, Norma. Well, let's see, Jenny, for roasting from Norma Plummer to Bassett. Does the trick. She was getting enough ball, but as Norma said, wasn't strong enough. And at this level, you've got to be almost an animal.
But you've got to admire Norma. She keeps her players on there. She wants them to, you know, get out of the hole that they create for themselves.
And that's what you want in a coach, Annie's, a coach that shows faith in you.
Yep, absolutely.
2 misses for Nat Medhurst.
Brilliant drive through the midcourt from Williams.
Leighton looking the other way as that ball came through. Tutaia up to it. Beautifully done, Medhurst.
Yeah, it lifts aside when your attacking player takes an intercept like that. They need to score off it now, Australia. Here we go. It's a stronger take. All eyes will be on Bassett now.
Australia.
Nicole Cusack having something to say about it. Not sure quite what. She might have something to say about that pass from Medhurst. She looks a bit stern. So here we go again. This game being played at pace.
It's the area that let Medhurst down on Thursday night. Had a solid game, but did turn the ball over a lot. She wanted to rein that in.
Tell you what, Tumpara George is going to have a few bumps and bruises after these test matches.
She'll need some of Monia Gerard's spray tan to cover them all up. Well done, Griffin. Missed the shot, but a good rebound. Now,
that looked like she had the ball hit out of her hand.
Looked imploringly at the umpire, but no go.
George just slowing it up a little bit. Smart play.
So Griffin and Medhurst, the two newbies on court, share the same stats, none from two. Williams goes high.
Contact ball defense.
This time, Medhurst sinks it.
That was right in front of me. She was 10 feet away. Still pulled, Medhurst. Easy deflection for Furman.
That was an odd ball from Lam. It almost looked like it had slipped from her hands.
Yeah, they're still confident to go to Bassett. That's obviously the message. Keep throwing it in. Put the pressure on her, and she's responding.
There's nothing strange about that. It was just a poor pass.
I guess the middies now have to adjust. Griffin's not as tall as Irene. So there needs to be a bit more movement in from Griffin.
It's a terrible feed from Pittman.
And that was great pressure on that pass from Grant. Setting it up nicely for Williams. We've talked about at half-time in Palmerston North the other night that New Zealanders were up by 4. They've made the same mistake, and now letting the momentum slip away.
It was a held ball there. It was terrific one-on-one defence by the Aussie defenders in that circle. Brilliant fake from Medhurst. Looked to Von Berto.
That was a great little dodge from Bassett too.
A little bit of deja vu here. Interesting that the breaking by the defender is being called. Normally, advantage play just goes on.
Centre obstruction penalty. Centre.
They like it.
Tutaia's specialty. Geitz is starting to look a little bit tired out at goal defence. Not her familiar position.
Great feed from Pittman.
And that was a strong take from Bassett. George looking in a spot of bother, but unloads.
Yeah, brilliant work, George. Positioning yourself on the circle edge. It's where you want to be.
So Griffin at the moment, she's been on the court for half a quarter, 2 attempts.
Go ahead, yep.
Slight delay while Laura Langman's bib is reattached. drive from Vonberto.
Oh, and in a position to shoot. Chose not to do it, Bassett. Close enough.
Goalkeeper stopped the passes from. Goalkeeper with her. There, yeah.
Medhurst steadies.
She looked like she wanted to offload that at the last minute.
Just a little bit out of sorts with her shooting tonight, Nat Medhurst. 1 from 4. Langman swipes her hands. Give me the ball. Tutayer rubs salt in the wound for Medhurst, saying that's how it's done. Yeah, bad pass. That was easy pickings for someone the height of Furman.
Yeah, this is where the Ferns need to adapt. You know, they got caught out on Thursday, not adapting when Furman came on the court. With Van Dijk off the court, they need to adapt to the different style in that shooting end with Griffin and Tutayer.
Scarlett again doing well.
Offside wing attack.
Have to hold that ball up. Offside, so free pass Australia.
Bassett being beaten from pillar to post by Grant and Williams, so she certainly need to toughen up. Take that. But she's responding, Jenny. She's certainly playing her role in this third quarter.
Pops the shot, 19 from 24 for Caitlin Bassett. And it's time for New Zealand to respond. This gap has been closed significantly by Australia. Tutayer looking back.
They've just lost their rhythm a bit down here on attack now. Tutayer and Griffin are just getting caught on the same plane. Need to get a bit more depth between each other.
Griffin's just holding in the middle of the circle, so it doesn't leave much space for Tutayer to cut through. She's responding, no.
John Key likes it. And on the edge of the circle, floats that up, but not to the right person. Casey Williams.
And still running. Beautiful flow through court there.
Oh, Tutayer did well to stay in court and keep that ball alive.
That's what they need to do now. I think Griffin needs to come out.
George. She's everywhere.
Yeah, she's a woman possessed.
Centre contact penalty.
Probably not many games left in the Silver Fern uniform, so keen to continue to impress Timotara George.
Gosh, she'll be missed when she does decide to call it quits. Not only for her play, but her whole demeanour.
And you'd have to say she's certainly stepped it up this year. She's, you know, evolved her game. I saw at the beginning of the ANZ Champ, she had quite a high turnover rate, and she really worked hard at it. And towards the latter end of the season, was playing some superb netball.
Inside. Yes.
Well done, Griffin. She knows she's there to support at the moment, and that's what she's doing.
Calls like an offside.
Scarlett looks bemused by the whole thing, playing her own little game.
Crowd quite happy that she does that.
That was an offside call.
Centre contact.
Goals to Bassett this quarter. It's a good return from a shooter. It's not over yet.
Patience from Tutayer, waiting for Griffin to come free, and she did.
Griffin probably needs to turn and actually square up and look at the goalpost. She's getting it, only turning halfway.
Tutayer
goals from Tutaye too, and there's like, brilliant vision. Grant went hunting. Medhurst was up for it.
Nice take, Bassett.
Williams couldn't quite get there.
Ferns going sideways. George wanting Langman to go for it. That's nice play. Fernan gets tangled with the goalpost.
I think we might see Corletto in the last quarter. Guys run out of puff. Tutaye being brilliant this quarter. It's all happening.
Pole dancing by the New Zealand captain. My word.
It's Paul Grant, isn't it? Lovely balance, Casey Williams.
This third quarter has flown by. Just over a minute remaining. The crowd, I think, wondering why Griffin didn't shoot. Patience from New Zealand.
Yeah, good patience, but this is where they're having trouble, is just right on the top of the circle edge.
It's what you do for your country.
As Caitlin Bassett adjusts her ponytail.
Yeah, Grant just needs to sit back a little bit now. Went hunting again, but the Aussies are up for it. Easy goals.
They've had about 3 like that now. Oh, Bright saw that, went for it.
George and Langman just doing all the...
What a pass, George.
That would be the pass of the match from Tene Pata George.
From the player of the match at the moment.
Pittman going back to Medhurst. Sandridge.
This is a terrific contest. Brilliant.
She's won that. That is outstanding. Right, Tamanu thinks it's hilarious. And that is quite a boisterous end to the third quarter.
And when you go for it, come in.
The message from Norma Plummer to her players: get straight into it, straight away. And there's one change there for New Zealand at goalkeep. She'll want to get into it straight away, and any more changes.
Yeah, Liana de Bruyn's in at goalkeep. Jolene Henry on the court at wing defence, and for the Australians, Julie Corletto takes the court in at goal defence. Geitz moves back to goalkeep. Moni Gerard on at wing defence. So both coaches mixing it up a bit.
And Aiken delivering the message to Griffin: more movement, please, to get the hold.
New Zealand start the final quarter with an error, losing that ball out of court.
Medhurst just 1 goal in that third quarter for Australia. She'll want to up the ante. But Bassett and Tutaye were the stars of the show. Continues on, Bassett.
Good start for Australia, scoring off the New Zealand centre pass.
Pittman gets an easy ball in that pocket with her height.
Yeah, she's a strong feeder too, Pittman.
Just need to be aware of that, the defenders coming out and having a go.
So straight away, Australia eat into the New Zealand lead. Good guard from Corletto. She was dynamic in the first test.
Nice strong take from Griffin there.
Yeah, nice options there from the Aussies. Use the triangles, and Bassett lands it.
That's what your playing area.
Beautiful timing, Tutaye. Strong rebound, Griffin. But it's a throw-in by the looks of things.
Yep, fortunate for New Zealand, perhaps. Tutaye says, leave it to me.
Oh, there's the elevation. Corletto out of control there, but look pretty.
Yes.
New Zealand making hard work of it.
Contact, wing attack.
A bit of a tangle. Langman and George in the same space.
Captain wing defense.
And the shot is short from Griffin.
Look how quickly these Aussies get it down into their attack end.
There's the hole, yeah, that was always going to be tough and heavy fall from Bassett.
Oh, and that she looks in a lot of pain. Norma Plummer goes over. Hopefully it'll just perhaps be a winding or nothing more serious.
Sometimes they look worse than they are. Let's hope that's the case. Yeah, it was always going to be a tough ball to get.
Oh, that would have hurt right
on the hip, and it looks like it could be a bony hip at that.
It's a long way down when you're, what, 1.92 metres tall.
She wouldn't want to come off now, Bassett. She's responded to Norma Plummer's instruction at half-time. She's certainly come into the game, shot 11 from 11 in the third quarter.
And I'll have a close relationship, these two. Plummer moving west for next year's ANZ Championship to coach Bassett's West Coast Fever team. Also, of course, Plummer's saying she also wants to hang on to the Australian job, so that will be something to watch, whether or not that will be able to be done. Bassett, she's getting up, and I think she's okay, so that's excellent. Cox was ready to come on if needed, but she can go back to her seat. So Chelsea Pittman ready with the ball.
Oh, what a pass. Midhurst, how did that sneak through?
Good on the pressure on the New Zealand defence. Yeah, pushed Bassett too far.
Captain wing defense.
Moni Gerard pointing to where she felt the distance should be taken from.
Good contest there from Von Berto. She and Langman have had a tough tussle all night.
I've been thinking about them, Kath, and wondering if they've almost just about cancelled each other out.
I think they have. They're sharing the honours.
Two great players. De Bruyn called back for the contact. Aussie supporters, very dedicated. Oh, that shot, this time short from Tutayer.
It's where shots are crucial in this last quarter when the game's close. Any missed shot you'll be made to pay. It's the difference between winning and losing.
Just too much on that for Chelsea Pittman to run down. So the game losing just a little bit of structure at the moment.
Again, Casey Williams, they have power of work tonight on attack.
Yeah, he's had a good game.
And I'll be pleased that that calf has stood up.
Good backup, Henry.
Yeah, two Fern players there going for the ball. Good to see.
George did very well to stay in. Caught!
Oh, that was lucky.
Was lucky. A terrific elevation from De Bruyn. That's what you have to do against someone the size of Bassett. Rihanna De Bruyn had one of her best seasons so far this year.
Oh, brilliant work, Von Berto. Nice balance. Stop herself from going in the circle. It's a chance for Australia.
That was outstanding.
She's an outstanding player, relishing her role as the captain of the side in Sherelle McMahon's absence.
Oh, great feed. Pinpoint precision there into Bassett.
She's as good as they come. That was absolutely brilliant, Nat Von Berto. It's not easy to do.
And I don't think she even brushed Langman in the process, so very clean.
Here is the change.
Yeah, looks like Cox is going to come on at goal shoot.
Yeah, there's some eye contact between Bassett and Norma Plummer in that last passage of play, so obviously it was a planned move.
Catherine Cox reintroduced to the game after a half at goal attack.
Pressure getting to the Ferns a little bit. They'll need to maintain their composure here if they want to go on with it.
So straight into her work, Catherine Cox.
And back in her familiar position of goal shoot, where we're used to seeing her play.
Just reads the spaces so well, does Cox.
Pauletto getting a little hand offside. Oh, interesting footwork from Von Berto. It was like a little jig.
Players seem to be getting a little tired here. Oh, patience.
Yeah, nicely done, Australia. And 3 seconds was just about up, but beautifully weighted. We're all tied up. 39 all. Halfway through the final quarter.
Ball attack of Stanton. Yes.
Casey Williams takes the time and then pops it sideways. Von Berto hits the deck. New Zealand hit 40.
Dare I say it, could we see another extra time? 1 goal in it, 6 minutes to go.
Anna Stanley, hush your mouth. It is incredible, isn't it? The closeness of the test between these two countries. They've played each other, what is it? This is the 102nd test, and 50 of those games have had the difference between them at the end has been 5 goals or less. Incredible.
Yeah, nice up to go back from Langman.
And patience too from the Ferns.
Using the depth in the attacking end.
Those
they need to be sunk.
Goals that have to go in, that's right. So here's a chance for Australia to hit the front.
Oh, contest, they were desperate there, De Bruyn and Williams, but Australia have come up with it. Strong take, Pittman.
Contact wing attack, centre serve. Yes. Front pitch for holding.
Oh, lovely work. Just waited for Medhurst to come through, but in fact...
Yeah, full for stepping, dragging her foot, Medhurst.
They continue on their contest from the other night, Gerard and George. George coming up with it on that occasion.
This crowd is really involved.
Oh, what a spectacle, eh? This is what you love to see when the games are so close, when you're here watching it live.
This is the 4th test at Vector, and I tell you what, everyone has delivered.
Oh, a few words there. Crowd are loving it.
Just look at Julie Coletto. She is talking the whole time.
Pittman's had a solid game at wing attack. Medhurst coming into a little bit more.
You just worry every time Casey Williams looks down at her leg or puts her hands on her knees, but she seems to be all right. That calf hanging in there.
She won't be coming off, that's for sure. She'll play on one leg now.
Gerard and Coletta just about take each other out.
Bring it down. You're taking too long to
Every ball matters now. Every release, every shot.
Dalton Hines taking no notice of Monia Gerard.
Yeah, Australia come away with it. Rebounding is one area the Ferns identified that they wanted to improve on, but tonight it's 11 Australia's way, just 5 to the Ferns, so they haven't addressed that.
She got there in the nick of time.
Thank you very much. That's what you expect from Casey Fern. Casey Fern, well, she virtually is. She's that good. 7 Caseys is what you want.
I think she'd quite like Casey Fern. She's pole danced tonight already. Can she lead them to victory?
Oh, fancy stuff by Langman. Lucky to get away with that.
That was fantastic from Coletto. Unlucky not to get away with it.
She's so dynamic, Coletto. So quick off the mark.
Clean as a whistle, Casey Williams. This game into the final 3 minutes. 1 goal in it, just for a change. These games always deliver.
Henry pulled for contact.
I thought Pittman would have got called for offside then.
I think this has been a grueling test for Teresa Prince, the umpire. Oh, cool as a cucumber. Catherine Cox. 42 all. Just over 2 minutes. That's lazy from Pittman.
Ferns will be looking to Tutayer for some Delhi magic.
Looks as though she might have the beginning of a bit of a blood blister on her lip, Chelsea Pittman. Oh, Langman, nowhere to go.
Good work by Langman, though. You'd rather release it to a safe option and go for the risky one at this stage.
Yeah, I heard from George at the end of the first test. She said that it was all about possession, and certainly with 2 minutes to go, you want to make sure you hold on to it. No 50-50 balls.
43-42, 1 minute 30 on the clock.
The villains and the heroes. That's all we can hear.
I think every thunder stick is being struck at the moment. This 8,500 crowd are going absolutely crazy.
Feels like a World Championship final now.
What a pressure shot from Cox.
What's the call from Teresa Prince? New Zealand ball into the final minute.
Will they hold it up or will they forge forward?
That's a forge forward, I think. The hairs on my neck are standing up. 43, 42, 40 seconds. Ticking by. Oh, it's Torren.
Great pass, George.